It's minicamp and OTA season, and today we're looking at the Colts and getting another look at Tyler Warren. We're going to watch him catch some balls, work through some drills, and everything else. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now, because we're looking at these players every day and what they're doing at practice, training camp, minicamp, OTAs, rookie camp, practices in between, workouts at the gym, whatever we can find, we will share. It's all going to be right here. So keep tabs of your veterans, your rookies, and guys you're drafted in fantasy. Don't miss out on what they're doing behind the scenes. But we're looking at Tyler Warren here today. Almost 2 minutes of clips. We got the ponytail rocking. Let's see what he's doing. We're going to loop this and keep talking ball as well. There he is. There he is. There he is. I like Warren. I like Warren. I think some people think I don't like Warren. I just think people jump the shark about him and Brock Bowers. But I like Warren. There he is. I like the hair. I like the hair. What I like about Warren, he's ultra dependable. Like, this is a pick. Unless the injury bug says, I'm going to bite you hard, like, you cannot see him busting. I just can't paint the picture. Like, he's so dependable. Like, he's got arrogant hands. There's plays around the sideline at Penn State where he just grabs it and tucks it in. And stout blocker. He's just good at everything. The difference between him and Colston Loveland, like, receiving threat line, down the seams, yeah. But when you're talking about everything for the tight end position, that's what you're getting here. So metrically per playerprofiler.com, and this is a comparison per metrics, not tape. I'm talking about height, weight, production, and it's kind of funny. It's got Jason Witten there. Now, if you think old Jason Witten with the Raiders, shame on you. But if you think Tennessee, Dallas Cowboys Jason Witten, then we're talking. And the thing about Jason Witten, wasn't the most athletic tight end out there. He's not the most athletic tight end out there. But it's not a comparison of players in that terms. It's a comparison of players in terms of dependability. Just being in the right place, right time, breaking off the routes appropriately, being student of the game, arrogant hands, being tough, being a tough player, tough-minded player, taking advantage of your opportunities. So I spoke about this. I did a video on him, and it was about, like, hey, the Penn State offense had all the wide receivers transfer out the year prior before him breaking out. But I also did a converse on that saying, hey, he knows how to take advantage of his opportunities, because he took advantage of those opportunities and ran with it. That's the one thing about Tyler Warren. That's the one thing I brought up, because I always talk about two sides. So his target share is immensely high up there. Like, all the wide receivers, pretty much, not all of them, but all of them, transferred out, like 4 or 5 of them. Keandre Lambert-Smith went to Auburn, led that team in targets last year and production at wide receiver. And they had to get very creative. They had to. They got the running backs, they got Warren, and they got jabroni wide receivers. So Warren had to lead the charge, but he took advantage of that opportunity. That is the opposite side of that effect. So whatever opportunities is blessed upon him, he's going to look at that as a blessing and take advantage of it, because he's already proven that. He could have transferred out. He saw all those wide receivers leaving, and he could have been doing the same thing. But he was smart enough to relish in the thought that this is an opportunity, I could stay here. That is my main thought with that. So that is totally different. But also, when you look at the draft analysis on him, and you look at the target share wise, and that's your main reason why you like him, I think the main reason why that target share wise is also, you got to look at that as, hey, this guy saw an opportunity. Instead of, like, running with the crowd, he stayed. And said, hey, this is an opportunity, and flourished, took advantage of it. So whatever happens, changes in coaching staffs down the road, probably quarterbacks, whatever it is, he's going to take advantage of that. That shows leadership. That shows a person that's willing to develop. That shows a person that's willing to step up with mental fortitude. But again, if you're looking at the numbers, that doesn't really paint that picture. That doesn't paint that picture unless you look at the entire context of what was going on there. But what I see with that is actually more. The tight end position is a very hard position to develop at the NFL level. And a lot of times these tight ends, they take a few years. Some of them are quicker than others. We're starting to see that a little bit more right now. But considering you got a tight end here, his main attribute is just he's good at everything and is dependable. The odds are likely he's going to develop to some degree where he's very functional his first year. I think he's going to be great NFL terms for the Colts. I think it's going to be like a delayed asset more for fantasy, which could actually be more than realized in terms of fantasy production when paired up against the tight end position, because there's some weeks in fantasy football where the tight end position is just not valuable. It's just not. There's just some weeks. It's like 5 weeks out of the year where your tight end 8 or below scores single-digit fantasy points. And you only got like 5 or 6 or 7 of them scoring in double digits. That's just about it. So you might get some tight end 1 weeks out, and you might get more than that. It really depends, because since the quarterback position is very ambiguous, how the ball is going to get funneled out. You also got competition in the offense, but it's also the tight end position as a rookie. So give him time to develop. If you're looking at this for Dynasty, give him time to develop. You invest in the asset. Give him time to develop. You do have a dependable tight end prospect here that is going to be on the field. That does have talent. If you're interested in the running back position more in Dynasty and you're straying away from tight end, I usually do that unless it's Brock Bowers. If I'm going tight end, I think my rule of thumb is for that first round tight end is that's got to be a tight end that I've been waiting for 3 years plus in college football to come out. I think that's my rule. Outside of that, I'm going to play the delayed asset on that player to spend that first round pick. Outside of that, because I'm going to lean into the strength of the draft at wide receiver and running back, and then take the values at tight end. Now, while I say that, if the running back position's tiered off, fine. You can take the wide receiver or tight end like Warren, Loveland, whatever. But if the running backs are there and it's still heavy, and if it's super flex, you got the value, then I would lean in the strength and then look to try and buy that tight end prospect on the cheap in season. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But over time, hit rates, time to buys, everything else, you just got to play the stock market on that. And you're also looking at the opportunity cost of the other position and what's on the board. So I'm trying to get you in this strategy to have your cake and eat it too. You get that running back in Warren. That's what I'm saying. So it's a strategy. But if it's tiered off to where those running backs are drafted out, he's there. Go ahead. That's what I do with a lot of tight ends. That's what I do. Oh, I like this tight end. But running back A, B, C, wide receiver A, B, C's there. Then I'll look to buy that tight end in season. And that's probably what I'm doing a lot with Warren. That is what I'm doing a lot with Warren, because it's such a deep running back class. Like, I'll get RJ Harvey, and then I'm like, okay, I'm getting this together. I got these veterans. If my team is this, and this in standings, I'm going after this delayed asset, this delayed asset, this delayed asset. Him, and Mika Ibuka, a few others. That's what I'm doing, trying to catch those discounts. As a Colts fan, I would look at this as a cornerstone piece to your offense that's going to be here for years. Maybe 10 years down the road, you're going to be looking at him, and he's just going to be balling out. He might be the guy that gets your quarterbacks out of jams, probably going to be a very reliable offensive player for you, a very reliable piece to your offense. It's just going to be there forever. Like the Jason Witten concept, I won't say comparison, is definitely there in him. Like when he gets older, that's probably what he's probably going to be like. He's probably going to be just the old reliable and still being productive and still helping the team, because he's shown that. He's shown to actually like him a lot. I like him a lot. I think he's got a lot of upside there for the Colts. Let me know what you think about him in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.